Well, hello again, and welcome back to the Life Purpose Breakthrough Course. This is a free course to help you break through and get unstuck so you can live your passion and purpose to the fullest. In the last video, we covered all 7 modules that you'll find inside the Life Purpose Soul Cafe members area. And these are the same 7 steps that you'll use whether you struggle through on your own or whether you decide to join us in the Life Purpose Soul Cafe. But as we left off in the last video, I had one huge issue still to tackle, and that's knowing what your it is. So what do I mean by that? Have you ever sat in a brainstorming session trying to solve a problem, and the first person will say, no, that's not it, and then somebody else will say, no, that's not it, and you can spend a lot of time and energy looking for the it, even within yourself. And so in order to get unstuck so you can just move on with your life purpose, we have to figure out what your it is, what's got you stuck. And I can promise you this, it is never what you think it is. So even with the 7 modules or the 7 steps I showed you in the last video, you'll still need to find that hidden it that has you stuck. And we will, because we're dealing with life purpose. We're at the soul level. And at the soul level, there are often things that seem to be hidden. And this is the whole reason I created the Life Purpose Soul Cafe. This breakthrough method that I've created for the Life Purpose Soul Cafe literally cost me about 4.5 years in study and research, and I can't even put a price tag on the lost income during that time when the invalidation was something I was living with, when my progress was blocked. It was literally blinding me to my greatness. Can you relate? Because that's what happens. If you feel like you're stepping over your own life, if you feel like you're stepping over thousands of dollars in income in making your life purpose your life's work, if you feel like you've been tripping over finding your life purpose because you know it's there, you just haven't been able to stand in the light with it, then this is for you. I've been there myself. I have tested and retested this process, tweaked and retweaked it, and tested it some more. And I've helped so many people get unstuck and turn their lives around so they could find their life purpose. And I've seen the amazing things that happen when people are living their life purpose to the fullest. Sometimes it's all about finding the right it. Now, sometimes we're in a situation where getting unstuck so we can live our purpose looks impossible. Or maybe we're not really stuck in life at all. We may even have a life that other people admire, but we're stuck in finding our life purpose, and that seems impossible. Well, this is what I love about possibilities and how looking at how impossible things can seem when they aren't really impossible at all. My biggest successes always seem to come at those moments where I do something that I don't think I can do, or when somebody else tells me I can't. I'd like to let you know about a case study of this gal named Lisa. She was extremely bright, but she came from an invalidating family who told her she'd never amount to anything. And it was understandable. She spent a lifetime searching for her true life's purpose, hopping from one job to another, starting business after business that just didn't speak to her soul, and moved what seemed like every few months as she was trying to find the right space where she could really shine. So she wanted to create a challenge for herself and do something impossible. When she finally landed on an online business that truly put a spark in her life, she wanted to test a theory. She wanted to start with a crisp $100 bill toward a marketing campaign, and she turned that very small amount of seed money into $1 million in 13 steps, doubling her money as she went. I mean, think about it. 100 times 2 is 200, times 2 is 400, times 2 is 800, and so on. And so in 13 steps of taking that first $100 and doubling, she created over $1 million and proved to her invalidating dad and everyone else who said she couldn't that she could do something even if it seemed impossible. You know, one of my favorite books is called The $100 Startup. If you've never read it, it's actually quite fascinating and very inspiring. It's filled with stories like these. So has that ever happened to you? Have you ever done something that you didn't think in a million years you could do it, and then you did? I know it can happen. I've seen it happen, and I want to do everything I can to help it happen for you. And that's why I created the Life Purpose Soul Cafe, and this just gives you an example of what kinds of techniques you'll learn with us. Because when we get down to the soul level, when we're talking about life purpose, we're talking about nature's prosperity. And in order to get there, in order to strip it down, we have to get through the fog. We have to get through whatever's holding you back. And I like to call this the it. So finding the right it, that's where we started at the beginning of this video. So let's do an exercise right now. If you'll grab a piece of paper, I want you to go down the left side of the page and write down all the areas of life that are important to you. Things like prosperity, work, family, spiritual life. Write down all the categories of life that are important to you. Personal development, rejuvenation, friends. And then I want you to draw 4 columns across the page going left to right. The first column heading will be love. The next column heading will be heart. The next column heading will be GPS. And the next column heading will be significance. Then look down your first column where you wrote down all the different categories of life and choose just one of these to start with and circle it. We'll work on just one for right now. So what's on your mind these days? Let's say that it's money or prosperity, and you've circled that one. Well, over there in the first column called love, I want you to write down what you love most about your current money situation. Yes, we are finding the positive here. Write down what you love most about where your prosperity is right now. And of course, if you wrote down health and well-being and circled that as your example, then you would write that down and what you love most about that area of your life. But for now, we're just going to work with one area so you can see how this goes. And then in the second column called heart, I want you to write down what your heart wants you to know about this area of your life. What does your heart want you to do? Touch your hand over your heart right now and see what comes up for you to take note of. In the next column called GPS, write down what your inner guidance wants you to know or do. What does your intuition have to say? And then in the last column, write down the significance. What does prosperity mean to you? You know, I did this with a client recently who was having a money challenge. She wasn't making the money she felt she deserved. And when we got to that last column, that's where she discovered her it. She said her integrity was the most important thing in the world to her, more important than money itself. She had been spending a lot of time focusing on money problems, and in doing this exercise, she realized that it was her integrity that she wanted to increase. So she spent some time cleaning up her life and getting her integrity redefined and realigned, and guess what happened? Within a month, she had tripled her income. True story. It's why I say that the it is never the it you think it is. She thought it was all about the money, and it ended up being something else. Now, this is just an example of what we do in a Life Purpose Soul Cafe, and this is why I wanted you to know about it. Doing these things by yourself can be really tough when you're trying to have a life purpose breakthrough, and this is why so many people can't do it by themselves. So I wanted to give you an exercise, give you an example, just to get you started. We do a lot more exercises like this in the program, but there's one for you, and you can go through and complete all the different areas of life and find the meanings in all these different areas if you would like to. So I've been getting some questions in after the last video, and so if it's okay with you, I'd love to peek again into the Life Purpose Soul Cafe and see if I can answer some of those questions, one of them being about the price of becoming an honored member. So let's take a closer look for just a minute, and as we do this, be asking yourself, how much is living your life purpose worth to you? How much would it be worth to you to find your life purpose? But most importantly, are you ready to make your life purpose your life's work? We're doing something here that we've never done before, and we're opening up the Life Purpose Soul Cafe as a members club, kind of like our own private inner circle. So just to review, you'll have access to the Life Purpose Soul Cafe for an 11-month membership, and then you can continue on beyond that and stay connected to the community if you choose. I'll tell you more about that later. But for now, let's take a special sneak peek into the private members area just to refresh on what you get and, of course, to talk about the pricing options. Now, as you remember, there are 7 core modules to help you fulfill your life purpose. You'll see those right across the top there. And within any one module, you'll find anywhere from 4 to 8 segments, like the example right here. Sometimes you'll have an audio file, sometimes it will be a video, sometimes there'll be a handout or a PDF, but they're broken up into bite-sized pieces so you can consume the information in a way that's totally comfortable and easy for you. Everything is organized so you can move through the program easily and effortlessly from left to right and work on these different areas as you go. And we went into more detail on that in the last video. And in these 7 modules, right now, we have 65 step-by-step audio and video tutorials and worksheets, but don't hold me to this exact number. As we get feedback, we take some segments down and we post new ones, or sometimes we may recombine. But as of today, this is what we've got. We change up the content and add new things all the time as we get feedback from people like you who tell us where they're struggling and what they need help with and what added resources they'd like to see. This is a very active membership site with moving parts that get updated as often as you need them. So you'll also be getting in this program your unique passion blueprint. This is your very own customized blueprint that will help you make your life purpose your life's work. It's probably the single most important worksheet of this entire program. So in these 7 modules, you'll be discovering your life purpose and we'll be creating the plan to bring it to life. Even if you already know your life purpose now, you know, it's not unusual that a new life purpose evolves as we wrap up a previous phase of our lives. So no matter where you are right now, there will always be something new and wonderful around the next corner. So in these 7 modules, we'll be covering things like how to untangle the challenges that have been tripping you up. Often we have a bundle of challenges all knotted up into one and then have difficulty undoing the knot. Has that ever happened to you? So we're going to untangle those challenges. Also, we'll cover how to know if someone is secretly invalidating your life purpose, sometimes from our most well-meaning friends, and we really don't know how to handle this. How to find the hidden messages your doubts have for you. This is a big one. How to find and play to your strengths and tap into your most natural energy, the one strength that with it you can weather any storm. How to deal with distractions that pull you off course so you can get back on track. How to solve problems without giving in to negative energy. Boy, I get asked about this one a lot. How to define your values so that you have a guiding force in making decisions. Can you imagine what it would be like to be totally out of indecision once and for all? How to find your true life's purpose. How to create your own strategy, your own unique passion blueprint. You know, I often say that to get unstuck and live a life you love takes a strategy, any strategy really. So why not use a strategy that works? Creating your own blueprint, not mine or anyone else's, is the heart of this program if you're the kind of person who wants to make your life purpose your life's work. How to access your own power using a soul spirit exercise, one of my favorites. And of course, how to create your own revolution, whether your revolution is just an aha that totally changes your life, or whether you want to take your life purpose out and change the world. So the big question is, what would it be worth to you to get unstuck and start living your life purpose? Will you keep doing what you've been doing, or will you choose a new path? Well, here's exactly what you're getting when you become an honored member of the Life Purpose Soul Cafe. You're getting 11 months of empowerment, inspiration, compassion, and loving validation to help you easily discover your true purpose in life and to infuse your life's work with that incredible purpose. You're getting a full treasure trove of resources to not only sustain you on your journey toward purpose and fulfillment, to move you toward your calling faster than you ever thought possible. I wanted to reward motivated, truth-seeking, incredible people like you who want to jump on fantastic opportunities right away. So to help you start your journey toward an authentic, fulfilled, purpose-infused life right now, I'm giving you the invitation to join the Life Purpose Soul Cafe at a deeply discounted price. When you become a member today, you're not going to pay $197 a month for this amazing transformative training. In fact, you're not even going to pay the $87 a month that I'll be charging new members just days from now. Join today and you'll get all the audios, transcripts, worksheets, posters, and more, plus every single one of the bonuses, which we'll be talking about in just a minute, for just $47 a month for 11 months. Now, we used to charge $24.95 for this program, but it was structured very differently. And when we surveyed our own soul tribe, what we learned was that most people wanted a members-only area, a place where they could come in and get what they wanted when they wanted it. They wanted it to be easier, more accessible. So we've never done it this way before, and that's why we have the slashed price right now as we test this new model. So the special discount will only be around for a very short period of time. I can't say how long it will be before we take the price back up again or when we have to close the doors because we're at capacity. But we wanted to try this new format and see how it works for you before deciding on a new higher price as we build the program back out again. So if you want to get the empowering tools, training, and support you need to claim your purpose and experience personal growth like you've never experienced it before, you need to lock in your membership now. So what will you get inside your membership? You'll receive a new lesson every week in one of the 7 modules we talked about just a minute ago. And each week you'll move one step closer to authentically living your life's purpose with resources like short audio learning segments. I purposely kept these audio segments super short so you'll have plenty of time to put what you learn into action. You'll also get full transcripts of each audio session so you can review the lessons, tips, and encouragement anywhere you go. You'll get PDF worksheets to make implementing the techniques and lessons you learn simple. I designed these worksheets to make discovering your life's purpose as easy and enjoyable as possible. You'll get inspirational posters to help you focus on the most important thoughts for identifying, embracing, and living your true life's purpose, and much more. You'll also be getting some VIP bonuses, so let me tell you about these right now. Your bonus number 1 is a private one-on-one call to get help and instruction. It's like hiring your own personal development consultant and counselor. You can use it for anything you want, but the best use of this session is to build out your unique passion blueprint. Bonus number 2 is full access to the Get Unstuck Expert Cafe membership. This is a weekly virtual training and discussion series where you'll hear from some of the world's leading experts to help you make your life purpose your life's work. And bonus number 3 will be open Q&A calls exclusive to the Life Purpose Soul Cafe members where we answer all your life purpose questions. You're going to gain a wealth of insights from the Life Purpose Soul Cafe lessons, the one-on-one Unique Passion Blueprint session, and the Get Unstuck Expert Cafe discussion series, but I know you're still going to come up with questions about finding and living your life's purpose, and that's why I'm including these open Q&A calls so you can get answers to your most pressing questions and hear answers to questions asked by other members. So here we are. You know it'll cost you something if you decide to move forward here. That's absolutely true. But what's it costing you if you don't? What are you giving up every day, not just in income, but in getting you back and in living the life you're meant to live? Well, the universe kind of has that one covered. It costs you if you do, and it costs you if you don't. The question is, which path will you choose? So I'll ask you, which path will you choose? Do you have a plan? If you're constantly asking, why am I here, and what am I meant to do with my life? Well, we're going to find out. We're going to discover your life's purpose and create the plan so you can live the life that you're meant to live. Can you do this on your own? Well, of course you can. But the reason most people don't is because this kind of thing is really difficult to do on your own. So I'm encouraging you to be one of the first to get in on this remarkable program. The invitation is right here in your new life. It's waiting for you. Now, in this video, we talked about finding the it and covered the pricing options you have available. And in the next video, we'll be talking about all the what ifs.